Good morning. Welcome to the Ninja Habits Daily Huddle, where we go through our top ninja daily activities, the gratitudes and affirmations, showing up, planning our day, writing 2 note cards, focusing on our hot list, and focusing on our warm list. Today is Wednesday, which means that we are going to be also focusing on one of the Ninja weekly habits, which will be our customer service calls. So we're going to jump right in this morning, not waste any time, and start directly with our gratitudes. What are you grateful for this morning? Go ahead and share something you're grateful for in the chat with others. Let's help encourage each other this morning on this midweek day. Hopefully your week is starting off great. If not, this is a great day to reset and start the week differently. If your week's going great, we'll continue that momentum and be grateful that you're off to a wonderful start. Missy said she's grateful for the power of prayer. Oh gosh, me too. Me too. It's a great one to be grateful for. And as you're coming in today, just go ahead and share something you're grateful for with us in the chat this morning. I also write down my gratitudes every day. So I'm grateful for my family today. I'm grateful for my family. Nancy, I'm grateful for my son spent the night with me last night. I'm also trying to find a way to be grateful I did not get the list recently went on. Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry to hear that. Thoughts about that? You know, Nancy, I think unfortunately that's part of this business. And one thing I do if I don't get a listing and I feel like I really did everything I could is I ask them why. So I ask them, I want to be better. Is there any advice you can give me to improve? Don't be afraid to ask those questions of people. And you never know if things don't go well. I accidentally responded to the wrong person with the sad face. Sorry, Brent. But if things don't go well, you never know. They could contact you later. So, but that's a tough one. And if you already asked, okay, good. Yeah. Then from there, it's just really, figuring out if you should make a change or if it was just something out of your control, right? But it's rejection is a real thing, and I think that's one of the things they don't teach you in real estate, right? Is how to handle rejection, how to handle when you're not chosen. And I think it's just something I don't know that it ever goes away, honestly. I mean, you're always going to feel that. Brent's grateful to be up and be here participating in this Ninja Morning. Well, Brent, I am grateful for you being here too. Terry is grateful for her husband. He gives so much to his family. I need to tell him more. Yes. Sometimes it's our closest people to us that we don't tell the important things, but we really should do them the most. Missy said also pray for them so you can release the rejection and be ready for the next one coming because it is coming. I love that idea, Missy, of praying for people and wishing them the best, like really having a heart for the person to have a good experience, no matter if it's with you or not. Rachel, grateful that my husband had a fun guys trip and is back home. Oh, that sounds fun. So awesome. Well, if you're still joining us and just coming in, please share something you're grateful for in the chat. Otherwise, let's move on to our affirmations. I am going to push us a little bit today since we do have one of our Ninja Weekly habits to focus on this morning. But obviously, you can continue to share anything that you're grateful for throughout the entire call. So if something pops in your head, feel free to share that. And I'm praying you're all healthy. I've been hearing a lot of people have been ill lately. So hopefully your house is feeling good and healthy. Carla, I'm grateful that I get to be a part of this wonderful group. Thank you so much for getting us all together. You're so welcome, Carla. I'm thankful for this group too. It's definitely been a consistent thing. I've been really looking at consistency and just how important consistency is. And I think that it's just so important for us as humans to have consistency in our life. And this has been a really great point of consistency for me. Yes, protection over our families. I know. There's a lot of people going through a lot of hard things right now. That's one thing I've been really reflecting on here lately. And, you know, the gratitudes and just being thankful no matter what's going on around us is so important. So those of you who are in the winter weather and the snow, like us in Ohio, okay, guys, I just am so, my husband just took my car this morning and I was thinking, my car's a mess. I am just, I don't know what it is. The winter time is just so hard for me to keep my car clean because I just have no desire to go and vacuum out my car when it's so cold outside. And then you wash it and then it's just dirty again. Same for you too, Terry. Good. I don't feel so alone now. I mean, I've got like bags in my car that need donated, and then I didn't donate them because my daughter said, "Oh, Mom, you took bags that weren't supposed to be donated." So I've just been having them in there, and I haven't had her tell me what to do. She said, "Oh, girl, you should see my train wreck of a truck." Oh my gosh. It's just like a never-ending battle, you know? I'm like, I hope a client doesn't ever need to be in my car in the wintertime because it's not good. I just pictured my husband getting in my car and going, oh my gosh. So true. My blue car looks white. I know. It's the worst. It's the worst. And the salt. And I know that you're supposed to like wash the salt off and, you know, just keep adding chores to my life. I feel like that's what winter does. And my husband and I talked about um, just buying the, what do you call it? Like the annual, or not annual, like the monthly car wash thing during the winter time. I feel like that would be a great thing. But we haven't done it yet. So funny, my husband told me last night my car was a mess. I have stuff to donate to. It's like it's got a trip it has to make, right? It starts from the bags by the front door and then it moves to maybe the garage and then finally gets to your car and then it sits in there until you kind of forget it's back there and then it finally ends up at the donation place. Like that's the life of donated things. So, as you guys are finishing up your affirmations this morning, plan your day. Look at what it is that you need to get accomplished today and time block those things that are important to get done. I needed an oil change yesterday, and it was so filthy on the outside that I took it through the car wash just so the mechanics wouldn't judge. The interior they can judge all day long. Uh, I know. I mean, it's not like I'm pushing things out of the way to get in my car. It's not that bad, but it's just, the mats get dirty and just things, just the things, the realtor things. I mean, it is your office, right? It's the extension of our office a lot of times. How much time we spend in the car is just crazy. Yeah, my dad believed in having a clean car before you let anyone work on it. I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. I do clean out my car before I drop it off for like repairs and things, just because I don't know why I do that. Now that I think about it, I guess I just don't know. I always think, am I really gonna get my car back when they say? And I just have like this thing about like, what if I need something out of it? And so I just grab everything out of it. And because the trip from deciding to get rid of it when you actually donate it is so long, I always change my mind on a few things and take them back out and keep them. We are all so much more alike than we know. My daughter cleaned out her room and she has 6 bags of trash. I went through every single one and found 5 of my things. I was like, wait, I don't want to throw that away. That's mine. Office, living room, dining room, you name it. In the winter, traveling for hockey season, all bets are off. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Shannon, when the cleaners come, the house is going to get picked up because you got to clean before the cleaners come. That was a gift that I gave myself, I think it's been 2 years now. I gave myself the gift of having somebody come like once a month and clean. And it's always this huge deal. It's like, okay, everybody, we got to get the laundry done. We got to get everything done, before the cleaners come. But it does help keep me on track. It helps plan my important things. I don't. My husband cleans before the cleaners. There's always one in every relationship. I don't think my husband would ever clean before the cleaners, but I just feel like if I don't clean, I would say pick up. I pick up and get things where they need to be because they don't do that part. So, what's your most important thing that you guys are going to get done today? I'm looking at mine. I have got to get my bookkeeper her information she needs for January. I have not sent her any of the things that she needs to do my books for last month. And so I need to do that. That is on the top of my list today. What about you? What's your one thing you're going to accomplish today? Maybe it's this call, and that's okay. Oh gosh, Missy, are we back to taxes? I thought that word was something we wouldn't hear for a little while. Oh, but that's good. Terry getting your hair cut and colored. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I had an appointment. I was supposed to have mine done yesterday, and I moved it to tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. That'll be my one thing tomorrow. How's that? Anyone else have anything that they have planned during today? Cleaning the inside of your car. We motivated you, Carla. Maybe my sweet husband is still listening and he'll be like, oh, I'll just go stop and vacuum out her car. I can hear him going, nope, not gonna happen today. It's like probably 11 degrees out there today. But that's a good goal to have. I'm not going through the car wash until the snow's melted. I just refuse. I'm not doing it. It's just going to waste my money. So, awesome. Well, we're going to move on to writing our personal note cards so that we have enough time to go over our Ninja Weekly Habit this week. Who are you writing your note cards to today? My mind is blank right now about who to write a note card to. Carla, there's snowshoes and micro spikes in there that don't need to be today. Wow. What were you doing with those? That sounds fun though. I've never worn snowshoes. Should I add that to my list of things I should do? Shannon, for Mother's Day a couple years ago, my gift to myself was having my vehicle detailed. I highly recommend it. I have a friend who owns a detail business, and I'm definitely using her services, but probably not till next month. Probably like the end of next month. I should probably call and schedule him. But yeah, I definitely plan on doing that. We had our cars detailed last year too, and it lasted a long time. Like I was really impressed with the thoroughness of, how well they detailed everything. You went hiking 2 weeks ago. Well, it happens, Carla. It happens, but that sounds great. Anyone else want to share who they're writing their personal note cards to today? Maybe you'll help give me an idea of who I'm going to write mine to. I might need to hop on and find some birthdays and things. Never know when I might have a few free hours to go again. Yeah, that's true. Just leave them in there then, right? Just leave them in there because you might need them. You might need them again. You're writing a happy home anniversary to some past clients. Oh, that's a great idea, Nancy. I haven't done that in a while. Oh, I probably should do that. You're reminding me. Shalonda, that's what I'm looking at. Birthdays. Yeah. I'm going to write that down. Home anniversaries and birthdays. Just like we talked about the real estate reviews being like a monthly cadence instead of a weekly cadence, I think the home anniversary can also do that. Like the beginning of the month, just putting that list of names down and making sure you cycle through them. That'd be a great way to add to that touch list and the note cards. And then those are people too that maybe not all of them are in flow with you, I even heard somebody that looks up the home anniversaries of clients they didn't even close and sends cards to them. I was like, interesting. But like if you're adding someone to your database and they own a home and they've been there 10 years, you could always say, hey, you've been in your home for 10 years, Maybe a nice thing too is if they've been in for a long time is having like a little checklist of like things that you should probably check once you've been in your home for 5 years, 10 years or whatnot. Yeah, Natalie, go for it. Just like people who add the buyers of their listings to their flow. Like I've had people that do that because you guys are going to see a stat here in a second, but it's staggering. A friend that we have not talked to for a while, let her know I miss her. I love that. Those are the best. We'll take a moment to review your hot and warm list. And as you guys do that, I'm going to move on to focusing on one of our weekly habits. So the Ninja weekly habits are customer service calls, our real estate reviews, our 50 conversations where we forward, and updating our database. And this week we are focused on our customer service calls. So just real quick, how many of you do the customer service calls or are familiar with the customer service calls? If you just put something in the chat, that would be great. Trying to see where okay, here we go. All right. Not sure. Okay. Yes, Shannon, this is for active and under contract clients. And so I just want to share with you guys the benefits. So first off, the 2024 NAR buyer and seller update shared that 79% of buyers didn't use the same agent they had used before. And that 50% of sellers didn't use the same agent. But what I found really interesting is that 50% of sellers did. And a lot of that I think has to do with communication and that they got the results they wanted, right? Because I think as agents, we do a great job at getting our clients what they want, right? But I think the biggest place that we miss it is communication sometimes. Now you're a ninja, so I know that you are a better communicator already and you have a desire to be better than most agents out there. And I think that's the first thing we have to want is the desire to want to do better. So let's talk about what the benefits are and why we do these customer service calls. And just so we know, a customer service call is it's a scheduled weekly touch base call. And we'll go over that in a second. But the benefits is it puts you in control of your business. It lets you stop those random calls from clients throughout the week for the little things because you're setting the expectation with the client that you're going to reach out to them a certain time each week. It's also to have great communication. We all know that communication is important. You know, the biggest complaint of most sellers is they showed up, they listed my home, they put up the sign, and then what? Right? They disappeared. They didn't hear from them again. It helps to strengthen those relationships with your client. You know, since you're having that weekly touch point with them, it continues to deepen and build that relationship, which will ends up providing value to them, helping you to stay top of mind or in flow with them, and then also leads to more referrals. And I will say, this doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion. I want to say this is probably one of those activities that we started to do even before Ninja. And my husband will attest to this. The way that we started this habit is we told people, well, first let me tell you here. So active clients that are currently listed and are in contract. So that's who you're doing this to, right? These customer service calls. And then it is a call that is dedicated time slot on the same day every week where you call your active and under contract clients. And this is regardless of if you've talked to them before. So even if you talked to them the day before. And so what we did to start this habit is we made a promise to the call. And so what that looks like is, and this is exactly what I had in my listing presentation. You guys, I don't even do a listing presentation hardly anymore because our clients were so referral based that we don't even have to. We literally just go over numbers, pick a date, and list property. It's wonderful. But when I do have to do a listing presentation, I like to point out the faults of agents and let them see how we've made a solution. And so one of the faults of agents, and you can find these stats if you look for them through the NAR documents, we find the percentage of agents that complained about communication, and that so many percentage, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but so many percentage of sellers complain that their agent didn't communicate throughout the process. And it was a large number. It was like over 60%. And what we would do is tell the client, so what we've done to make sure that doesn't happen to you, Mr. Potential Seller, is we have a day each week that we have dedicated to reaching out to our active listings and under contract clients with an update, right? And we will have that every Friday. So you pick the day, you pick the time. It'll be sometime on Friday and it'll be sometime before late afternoon. They will get a phone call and that we will tell them, if we don't call you, we will credit you $100 at the closing for every time we miss. That was our original offer. And it put that accountability on both sides, right? Because they're like looking for the call because they're like, they better call me or I'm getting $100 off. And then it also put our tail to the fire, right? Because now we're like, if I miss this call today, I'm paying somebody $100. And sometimes to get yourself to do a new habit, you might have to make that kind of wild, crazy goal for yourself. And what's cool is we started that and we have never had to pay the $100 ever, not once. So now we don't even offer the $100 anymore. We used to, but we don't anymore because we know we're going to do it. But it really does it does several things by doing this. One, it lets the person you're sitting with know you have a professional process and plan, and that makes them feel very safe and very comfortable. And you always want your clients to feel safe and comfortable, because if they feel safe and comfortable, they're going to refer you to everyone. You are going to be a superhero. Because why? Because you said you were going to do something and you did it. And the worst thing you can do with a client is tell them you're going to do something and then don't do it, or don't acknowledge why you didn't do it. Like sometimes we miss the mark, and that's okay. It's not about the perfection. It's about that we want to make sure we're putting ourselves in a position that they trust us, right? So being a ninja is about being a trusted advisor. And how we build that trust is through these small acts of doing a simple customer service call. It is so simple to do. And the hardest part of it, honestly, is when the market's crazy and things are great. It's wonderful. The hard part is when a listing's active and there's nothing happening. And that's when the agents want to cower away because they're taking the false responsibility of why that listing isn't selling. And you guys, if the house is priced right and it's ready to show, then in the market, obviously it's within where the market needs to be, there should be some activity. And so what the customer service call not only does too, is it helps you to be a better listing agent. And this is kind of a reverse backed into it type of thing, because what happens is when you know you have to make a call every week to that client and you know that you're overpricing the home or that they didn't do what they needed to do to really get that house ready to be on the open market, guess what? You're going to have that conversation a lot sooner. You're going to be a little bit more blunt about what needs to be done up front, because guess what, Mr. Seller? I don't want to call you every week and tell you there's nothing happening because you decided that you did not want to look at what the market's telling you to do with your home. Are you guys catching this? Like it helps keep you accountable to telling them the truth about the market value of their home. And it helps them to understand that you're in it with them, right? So when they see that, it changes the relationship. It really does. It changes it to a partnership relationship. And so there's so many different psychological things that go in with a lot of the ninja steps. And as you start doing them, you start to see it kind of flesh out. You know what I mean? And this is one of those things that you'll see. Yeah, it is super cool, Terry. So how do you do it? It's pretty simple. It's a 3 to 5 minute update call. You follow the 5-step calling plan, which I'm going to tell you what that is in just a second. It's short. It's positive. This isn't a jam session of like, let's chit chat. And this is the hard part for us agents. We listen more than you talk. This is about listening. And then you focus on service, not sales, which should be something that you know as a ninja already. So the 5-step calling plan is very simple. It's a warm greeting. Express gratitude of their time. Hi, Susie. It's Alicia. Hope you're having a great day. This is our weekly call. I just want to check in with you. Thank you so much for taking a few moments with me. I'm not going to keep you. I've only got a little bit of time scheduled to do this today, but I want to make sure that I check in and see how you're doing. How's the family? Are you at work right now? Are you on lunch? How's work going today? Whatever. Let them say one thing. All right, well, I'm going to provide that update and share with you what's happening. We had 2 showings this week. I've got feedback from one. You got a copy of that. I didn't get feedback of the other one, blah, 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 whatever it is. If it's a buyer, hey, we looked at 2 houses last weekend. These are the reasons why we didn't move on that. Da, 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 da. Yeah, sure, Terry. And you're just going to give them a quick update. And then this is also a great time to set the stage for what's going to happen the next week. Because what will happen is people start to wonder when they're on the market or whatever, like, what are they doing? Are they marketing my home? What's the plan? What's happening? What happened with this? This is where you can also share that. And that can be at the close as well. But then after that, you're going to say, hey, any questions about that? And if they say, no, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. And be like, okay, any other things you need that are going on right now? What's the biggest challenge you're having this week? Or, how can I be there for you this week? Give them an opportunity to share that. And then you're going to close. You're just going to say, hey, this is our plan moving forward. If we're not doing a price reduction or we're not doing anything, you can ask them, I have an open house plan next Tuesday or next whatever. This is my plan. This is where I plan to market it. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to do, let me know. But it's just kind of letting them know that they're part of the process as everything goes, right? And believe me, the hardest part of those calls is when there isn't any activity, but it's so important that you show up for that too. So hopefully this helped you deepen your understanding of the customer service calls. And obviously, if you're enjoying this Ninja Habit Huddle, please refer a friend. We would love to have them join us. I hope that you guys found this very valuable today. Helpful. Good. There's also some great podcasts out there about this. I'm sure that you guys could find those very simply by going to Ninja Selling Podcasts and searching for them there. But guys, you have got your Ninja Wednesday done. So good. We're just ending at just 8 o'clock. Woo! I'm glad we got through that one today. I felt like I had to rush a lot. But thanks for joining, you guys. We do have a training tomorrow for those of you who are local. We're going to be going over the, what are we going over? Oh gosh, the 50 conversations? I think that's what we're going over tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, yeah, the 50 interviews, the 50 live conversations. So if that's something you want, Terry, it's going to be at the Cohatch in Westerville. If you would like me to send you the link to RSVP, I can do that. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to noon at the Cohatch in Westerville. So I'll just send that to you, Terry, and you can decide if you want to join us or not. But everybody have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.